Once you get your video all set up and you got all your effects in place and you got all your cuts made, you're going to want to bring it into After Effects so you can add titles or other animation on top of it. So there's actually two different ways that we can pipeline this to After Effects. One way actually remakes the cuts in After Effects, and the other way will actually bring it all in as a single layer. So first thing we need to do though is we need to save our file. So we're going to go up to File, Save As. Make sure you find a good spot to put it in. Just going to throw mine in my downloads. And then we're going to switch over to After Effects. Close this out. Let's look at the simple way of importing first, the way that's going to be very similar to the way that you've imported other graphics in After Effects. And that's just doing a regular import. So File, Import, File. My downloads. Find your Premiere project and click Open. It's going to connect to what's called the Dynamic Link Server, which is what links the different Adobe applications together and makes them easier to talk to one another. You select any sequences you want. Since I've only got one, it's easy choice for me. And then you click OK. Your video will come in with everything cut up as if it were just a single video that you had exported out. But the benefit of this is that you didn't have to export it from Premiere. So you don't have to lower the quality at all with an export, or you don't have to end up with a gigantic file size of everything cut together. This way it makes it a lot easier to just connect everything up through the different Adobe programs and have to do one export at the end. Now this is still linked back to the original Premiere file. So it also has the advantage of being able to make edits in Premiere and then having them automatically update in After Effects. Let me show you that real quick. I'm going to switch back to Premiere. And I'll go to my first clip and I'll just flip it upside down. I go to my rotation property and type in 180. Have to save my file. File, save to actually see it update. But when I go back to After Effects, we can see that it automatically updated for me. So this is a very advantageous way to work. If you'd rather keep all the editing in Premiere, be able to update stuff and to have it automatically update in After Effects. If you'd rather have the clips come in as separate layers in After Effects, you would do that by going to File, Import, and you would choose Adobe Premiere Project. Once again, let me find my video file. Click Open. It's going to ask me if I want to import my audio. It doesn't really matter because I don't have any. And which sequences, which I've only got one sequence, so I'm going to choose my test sequence. This time it'll actually import the original video files, and it'll put your footage into a composition for you. So if you go inside that composition, you can see that all the edits have been made. And it should still retain, It used to actually retain the opacity keyframes, but it looks like it got a little bit messed up and it lost my first keyframe somehow. But it got my second one. Something weird must have happened in there. Make sure that's still in there in Premiere. Yeah, it's still in there. I don't know why it's not updating. Well, usually it does a good job of bringing in all your keyframes and everything like that you put in. And since it has the shadow highlight effect within After Effects as well, you can also see that in here. Okay. So these are both equally good ways of doing it. You'll have to decide for yourself which one's going to work better for you, whether you want to bring it in as separate pieces or if you want to bring it in as a whole project that you can still go back and edit in Premiere.